people who like all kinds of music. All kinds of music.
Check this out. We got a great show coming your way today.
I've learned that music is what feelings sound like. Follow me on my journey to discover new music, new styles, and new people. Welcome. This is
Real Talk, Real Music, here on the LDM radio station.
Hey everybody, hola mi gente, this is your girl Evie. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, Real Music here on the LDM radio. How are you guys? I hope you're doing great and ready for my special guest today. He's a social media influencer, he's a TikToker, but a well-known person and a great human being. Please welcome my good friend, Mike McCall, aka Bronxpapito. How are you?
I'm good, Evie. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for inviting me. Definitely.
Oh, thank you so much for being in the show today. It's just music is life. Music is love.
It's the cure.
Exactly, it's the cure.
It's
You're
the
so
cure.
right, and it's being threatened by AI. And I was just wondering, what is your intake on the how AI is transforming the music industry right now?
I don't think it's actually a threat to the music industry. I actually believe that it's is helping artists to create new music, to produce new music and bring out new mix to the music. And, it's just an extra tool, a new technology just to come in, just like any technology that has came before.
I know, but it's changing the world. Unexpectedly, it is changing the world. Do you think that it would make the artist or the writer or even the producer less valuable?
No, it wouldn't make them less valuable. What it will do is like it's just like going to supermarket. You go to supermarket and you want to buy bread. You buy bread.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a whole bunch of breads out there, and they already pre-made and sliced and made for you. But you, as an artist, you like to make your own bread. So you create your own, ingredients. You create your dough. You bake it and put it in there, and you bring it out, and you got this big loaf of
But
bread.
don't you think that
yourself.
people would assume or even will start thinking, okay, why are you using AI? You're not talented? Are you not sure of yourself that you can sit down and pin down a song or create beats or come up? I mean, because I know it helps, but
People will think of it like that, but it's
Right.
not, because, like I said, you cannot take away the raw emotions of a human being.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Which an AI can't do. A human being could actually put their feelings and emotions into a song to relate to people as well. AI could only generate what's there. You know
But
what I'm
wouldn't
saying?
it change or threaten your brand?
No, there's certain things where, say, you have your, say if you come up with a logo or some
Right.
type of, children's story. Say it's a children's story, and you want to come up with an idea and do a theme song for that kid's story, and you prompt the computer of what you want, and it's going to generate that.
Right.
But in reality, what's the problem with that is there's no licensing and there's no copy written on it. Anybody
Right.
could take it. Anybody could take the sound now. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Right.
only difference. But as an artist, if you create your own music and
Right.
create your own sound and your own theme to that song, you are able to copyright it, and nobody could take it from you, and you can't
Right.
own it. You know
But
what
at
I'm
the
saying?
end of the day, a lot of us, we into very we actually speculate and we pinpoint like, oh well, you don't know how to sing live, for example. You don't know how to write. You don't know how to produce. You use autotune. It's always something with the music industry. There's always somebody nitpicking about anything that you do as a producer, as an artist. Do you think that this all, the composition or like the tools that we use are being affected by it? Because I think that they are. People are going to start thinking, well, you're fake. Simple as that. You're fake
Yeah,
because you're
they're
using
gonna think that.
tools, you're using other things, you're using robots, you're using computers or anything, just to do for being lazy, not to sit down and spend the time and write and
People would consider
just
that.
making
Yeah,
that thing,
people would consider that as taking a shortcut and doing it.
right.
Of course, everybody's going to think it's going to be a shortcut to do it. But and like I said, once again, you can't take away the raw emotions from what a real composer, a real conductor does. He will take that advice or whatever sample
Right.
the AI will generate, but it's up to him if he needs to tweak it, and he got to prompt the computer, the AI, the
Right.
exactly what he wants to hear. It's going to take a little time to get the right sound and the right way he wants it, but the
Right.
AI is not going to give it to him directly like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like any artist, even film artists, anybody who wants to create their own thing, it got to come out of them. You know what I'm saying?
But
That's
wouldn't it
what
be
they.
also, like reliance in technology so much, then you're gonna lose your identity?
No, I doubt it.
Wouldn't it? You Because then you're gonna become a little. I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna become lazy, and it's like, hey, listen, I just gonna input. I'm feeling some type of way today. Let me just input it into AI, and he'll come up with something and a story and this and that. Because we've seen it with podcasts. We've seen it with shows. You just input whatever little things that you want to talk about, and they will actually make the whole structure of the podcast of the show itself. You didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be like people would feel really what technology did it, not you?
Yeah. Well, I think the technology will do. To me, this is what the technology will
Right.
create. It's going to actually create, say, the Jackson Fives. Say the Jackson Five.
Yes.
Most of them are deceased now. It will be able to generate and mimic exactly what the Jackson Fives did, but bring it to today and create a whole new sound and a new song that the Jackson Fives did, even though nobody created. But guess
But you
what?
know what? Now that you mentioned the Jackson Five, the Beatles did it. Did it?
The Beatles did.
They're already experimental with artificial intelligence. The new song, Now and Then, they use AI to bring unreleased demo recording by late John Lennon
John
to
Lennon,
life.
yes, definitely.
So it's just, it's kind of, I don't know, it's a good thing. Like I could understand even, and also when Whitney Houston, they did a whole, concert based on AI. They use image of her, and it was a concert of her singing.
Yes, but this
You
is what I'm
know.
saying. It's able to generate that.
Mm-hmm.
It's able to bring back certain things and signature movements and signature sounds. It's going to bring it back of anything.
You think it's
You know what I'm saying?
reshaping the whole creative?
It's just going to reshape the
Right.
creative minds and just make everybody understand. Hey, listen, we could do this. Like we could bring Frank Sinatra back and bring him into the 21st century. You know what I'm saying? We could do that.
Right.
And give him a new sound and a new look.
Yeah.
We could do that, but it's not going to actually be the same feeling as seeing Frank Sinatra perform in real life.
Right. No, it's true. It's true. But do you think that a lot of using AI, musicians and songwriters have the power to generate content in seconds? Do you think that is we moving on a fast pace in the music industry? Everybody wants to stay relevant. Everybody wants to, throw out the best new song. They wanna, but isn't it AI contributing to like a fast pace, like just rushing into things?
No. it could create and generate new songs and certain parts of songs. It can do that. It's able to generate anything it wants, but it's not going to move as fast as possible because they, like I said, it's not going to be able to catch up to human emotions. That's definitely.
But I mean,
So
everybody's rushing. I
It-
mean, even many of artists are like coming out with songs, and like a month later they got a new song out. Is it I think that is making it too easy. I remember back in the days,
there
and I don't know if you
there was
agree
a
with me.
competitive field.
Anybody could come out with an album, and the album would be in at least a year or a year, almost 2 years for something else for them to
But
work
remember,
out.
at that time, you had producers and you had managers and you had promoters and you had sound. You had a sound crew, and
Right.
so everything had to been generated like that. Now it's just generated in one section. But the problem, like I said, with that is now if you come up with a sound or whatever it is, anybody can steal the sound.
It's true.
It's not copywritten.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only problem about it. Anybody can steal the sound. So if you want to get any type of revenue or get some type of royalties off of it, you gotta do the sound yourself and put your passion into it and get copywritten.
It's
And
just
this is
that
how you get paid for it.
I just feel that music is just not as before, because I remember before, like the Eagles, like when they came out with their album, it's like legendary. I mean, the album, all the songs are great, and it just transpired through. It's timeless, and it's like I feel that anything that is made now is hot for a couple of months. It's hot. It's popping. Everybody,
Everybody
dancing
yeah.
and like, hey, that's the song. But then it's forgotten, and then another artist comes up with one hit wonder and the same thing. So it's just like I'm not feeling like a time. I haven't felt songs that have in the last maybe 5 years, 5 to 7 years that I could say, okay, they're gonna be timeless.
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't
Like Michael Jackson,
Michael Jackson.
Thriller, and like the
Michael
Eagles
Jackson is
and
always gonna be
Aerosmith.
Yep.
Until I mean, these are songs that we go to karaoke bars and we even have fun at home, and we still like, oh my god,
Yeah, Michael
all the
Jackson.
songs.
Michael Jackson's music is
What's
always
cool,
going to be timeless. He's a pop culture is always going to remember, and no matter what,
Right.
no matter what conspiracy he's been through or anything, his music is never going to be removed from the pop culture. It's intertwined. So his music and his passion for music is what kept it alive, AI or not.
Right.
Right now, you could create a song from AI and it'll be a Michael Jackson. I bet you it will be as timeless as his last songs has been. But definitely, there haven't been songs in the past 5 years that's been relatable to anything like that.
No, definitely. And then I feel like with this whole AI situation, I'm afraid that and please let me know what you think about. I'm afraid that we're gonna lose the human touch because it's gonna become too easy. Too easy.
It sounds like that. It sounds like that. But like I said, AI is not up to that standard where, like I said, they're not going to catch the real core human emotions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If a human is, what he felt when he's singing the song, the separation of the loved one he lost or somebody, they're not going to feel that because AI got years and years to catch up to real human emotions. Right. They could generate a song, they could generate lyrics, but they're not going to be able to relate to a human being.
Honestly, I'm gonna be and maybe our audience, can comment and let us know. But I think it's just AI is cheap labor. It's cheap labor. I mean, it's like who wants to wash dishes? Who wants to be a dishwasher when you can have a machine wash your dishes for you? Who's gonna, cook this or heat up when you don't have to actually put it in and stir the pot? It's gonna be done automatically for you.
This is what AI is doing to me. How I feel is what it's doing to all composers and all songwriters and
Right.
all artists is forcing them to be better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they
Do
feel
they
like
feel threatened?
no, I don't think they feel threatened. I feel like it's putting a fire under them
Yeah.
and say, you know what, a computer can't do what I could do,
Right.
and you know what, I could let the computer create what it is. You know, let's see what it could build, and I will review it and see if that's what I want. And if
Because
it's
I
not
would
what you
feel
want,
threatened. I would definitely
I don't
feel
think you should. I
threatened.
don't think you should feel
Because
threatened.
I would feel like, wait a
I
minute,
don't-
the computer is doing a better job than me. I'm gonna get fired because they're gonna go and choose to work with the computer
No,
instead of me,
it's just like
the
being
human being.
it's like
you
being
know?
in the film industry. Only a film artist always is going to be able to see things in a certain perspective.
Right.
You know, a computer is not going to be able to see it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, raw human emotions is not going to be replica.
But do you think that maybe because all the controversy in the music industry right now, like with Diddy situation, with
Yeah.
with many other artists that unfortunately they locked up. Yes, locked
Yes,
up.
yeah.
You know,
They, hey,
you know, and
they put
and it's
themselves
just,
in that
and
situation.
it's sad because they are so
Talented.
talented. And if you think about it, like if you listen to the song, I mean, they're like endless good songs, and it's just sad. Do you think that people, because of what's happening, people are more leaning towards using AI, especially artists,
I don't
if
think
you want to
so.
produce a beat or
But, you know, certain people will probably use it just to learn how to produce music.
right.
And use it as a tool to learn how to produce music.
Yeah.
And you know, it'd be like a stepping stone just for them to move forward. But you can't replace great producers like Dr. Dre or Snoop
Right. Of
Dogg.
course
You know,
not.
these are
Of course
guys.
not. They're,
You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know,
they're
Diddy was a
amazing.
great music producer himself at a time, but you can't replicate that.
Mhm.
You can't replicate a great producer like Dr. Dre, who's there day and night in the studios or bringing people in and trying to bring new artists and do that. You can't replicate that. That's like trying to replicate Quincy Jones. You can't do that.
No, because I was thinking as an let's believe, I'm an artist. I mean, I want to go through that process. I want to experience going into a studio, working with a producer. Hey, get back in the booth. No, try the sound. Try to move your voice. The challenge of recording that experience. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
No, you know what? I wouldn't miss it for the world.
My
either, You know what
opinion.
I'm saying? Definitely. Like,
Mhm.
you know, we all grew up knowing that, you know, the only way to get into show business is put your time into the studio.
Exactly.
You know, and then being there and get knowledge with the DJ and the engineer and, you know, and the producers. You always wanted to do that. You know, everybody wanted to do that. But with the AI now, is you able to do that from home.
Exactly, and
You know what I'm saying?
and I'm
And
glad
then
that you mentioned that
you're able
because
to do it
it's
from home.
now you don't even have to be signed in a big major record label.
Exactly.
You can put out music
Anywhere.
anywhere, anytime.
Under your own label.
Under your own label,
You
you
know?
get all full
you,
royalties.
you get whatever rights you want out of it. You know,
And-
that's the only difference.
And
You know
there's
what
so
I'm saying?
many social media platforms: Spotify, Apple Music,
Mhm.
Google,
But
whatever
when they got
other
that bandwidth, whatever.
iHeartRadio.
You know, they got
Um,
all these platforms now. You could be able to produce your own music and put them on there
Exactly.
yourself.
Yeah.
You know, before you had to look for a manager and pay that manager to give you a promotion and help him have that manager help you promote your stuff and do demos and whatever it take.
Mhm.
And you had to get signed to a record label and worked hard from that record label, and either you got your song stolen from the record label
Hey.
or you had an opportunity.
We know about a lot of stories
You know,
that
and
happen.
there's a lot of
about
stories
that.
out there like that, but you know, this actually gives a lot of artists who never got the fair shot
Right.
to create music and be able to go out there and do what they have to do. You know, because we live in the 21st century where everything is growing, so you need to learn how to adapt. Just like back in the days, you had 8 traps, and then you had
Yeah.
vinyls, and then for vinyls we had MP3 players.
And
So
remember that, that whole transition of vinyl and record labels and the 35s, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, now it's tapes. And then from tapes, CDs came.
CDs,
And then
yes.
now it's like streaming online. You don't even have even phones.
Exactly. So this is
Phones.
what I'm saying.
You don't even need connect your earphone.
This is what I'm saying. It's the
Everything is
technology.
Bluetooth now.
It's just
Technology is
It's just the
crazy.
technology.
How is evolution?
Even though the
The
technology,
evolving. Sorry.
the evolution and evolving of the technology, the
Yes.
technology is definitely going to
Right.
continue changing and evolving through the years. But the heart and soul of a composer is never going to change, because that person is always going to bring that song full soul that's in his heart or his memory or whatever it is that he wants to generate to the world to make it relatable. And this AI nowadays is just another tool as an 8 tracks or a CD player from back then.
But do you think that the artists right now should feel threatened in the sense that you can create an AI persona or an AI character, and you can actually make it come to life?
I
I
actually
mean,
think
like, there's a movie. I think. Oh my God, I don't even know the name. If anybody out there know, there was a movie that they made an AI actress, and the actress supposedly made these movies, and she was nominated for an Oscar. And I mean, it was a big thing. And then at the end of the day, she was an AI.
AI.
It was created. Do you think that artists, bands, should feel threatened that this could happen?
Listen,
I mean, it happened with remember Milli
Milli
Vanilli?
Vanilli, Milli
I
Vanilli.
mean, back in the days, it was something different, but it could happen with
Yeah.
AI too.
Yeah, what happened with
It
Milli
happens.
Vanilli? Yo, listen, what happened with Milli Vanilli is it's crazy, because now everybody's a lip syncer. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Hello.
And they just, I guess they were ahead of their time. This is
They
what
sure were. They were
ahead of their
TikTokers
time.
before
what I'm saying?
TikTok
They
was
were
born.
TikTokers before TikTok. So they was ahead of their time.
Exactly.
But you got to think about it. The AI right now, what it's going to do is help them just move forward and grow. Because, like I said, technology in the music industry is always going to change.
Right.
So all
It
they got
sure
to
will.
do is roll with the punches. And as long as the composer and the artist prompt their computer to how they are, is what it is. Especially how you just said that there is a person out there. She was like 14 years old. I can't remember her name right now, and she became a billionaire using AI. All right, this person became a billionaire using an AI, and she chose the AI to answer her fans.
Look at that.
You know what I'm saying? They answer the fans and talk, and it speaks just like her. It sounds just like her. The emotions, the anger,
Right.
or the sarcasm that she would use, it's just it replicated her perfectly.
Right.
That when they put her in front of herself, in front of the,
Oh my goodness.
she
Oh.
was like, "What? I'm the real whatever." You know what I'm saying? She's not me. So then, you know what? They end up closing the laptop because she got even upset knowing that this is not a real person, and I'm not having an interview with
It's
myself.
scary. It was
And it's
as
scary,
an artist. As
you
an
know?
artist, I would be scared.
Hey,
I would be scared.
Hey, iRobot come to life, or Terminator Genesis.
Hello. Yes. Remember? Yeah, that was a good movie. That was a good movie.
It was a great point.
Yeah, but I would be scared. And I think that, do you think now that, you as a social media influencer, and you do TikToks and you lip sync, songs, do you feel that the artists, musicians are kind of depending on all these influencers to keep their songs alive? Because they actually, by us influencers, and I'm including myself, we keep the whole music alive, the whole lip sync, the whole human part of it.
Of course, it's just a simple fact is that us, in reality, any artist should remember that they would have never made it there without their fans.
Exactly.
All right.
Amen.
They should. This is one thing they need to realize. They will never made it as far as they did in the music industry without their fans and their supporters.
That's right.
And without their fans and their supporters, they would have never gotten to that milestone that they on, or having that little Malibu beach that they live in. You know what I'm saying? But one thing for sure is that they need to understand and be humbled about is that these fans who's keeping their music alive is keeping them alive.
Exactly.
You know why? Because generations changes. You know, I'm 50 years old. That means the people I used to listen to is not popular now. Because we got new artists now, and that they relate to the younger generation.
But you know, we as influencers, you know, we have to deal with these streaming platforms algorithm. And I think, and please let me know what you think about, does it affect music, the algorithm? Why am I getting tongue twisted, people? You know, would it be affect? I'm always having problems with my pronunciation. Listen, but you know, wouldn't it be affecting their music just because, you know, it won't target the kind of audience they want, but it will be like all over the place, and sometimes, you know, things that they put out, then a lot of people never seen.
Well, this is what the AI is for. AI now, since, you know, say you a freestyle artist and you want to target your freestyle fans, the AI will be able to generate that for your fans and generate, you know, what your fans is looking for. It will funnel that.
Wouldn't AI overwhelm the listeners, or the people looking for content or looking for new sounds or new listeners? Because, you know, once you get into these platforms, I mean, you scroll up and you start seeing the same thing and the same thing, but you are looking for some. Wouldn't it's kind of, you know, overwhelmed?
Like I said, it's you who's feeding the algorithm.
Right.
If you like this certain type of music, that's the only music you're gonna see.
Right.
If you like R&B, you're gonna watch R&B. But if you're a person who's all around person who likes music all around, not just R&B, not just freestyle, everything all around, and you're gonna listen to that, that's what's gonna funnel through your stream, through your algorithm and your For You page. And anyway, you know what I'm saying? You got to be a person who's all about everything. So this way you could get all about everything. Right. But if you just stick to one thing, that's the only thing that's going to funnel through.
I mean, you know, I agree with you, you know, and but I do have my reserve in reference to AI, just because I think that we're going to lose ourselves. We're gonna get lazy, and the creativity is not gonna be there, and that's my point. Like, sometimes I think about it, and it's great. It's you know, it's not gonna take too much time. I'm gonna be able to write a song in 5 minutes.
But it's not gonna be.
But it's just we're gonna lose it.
But
we're gonna lose it.
You can't, this is one thing for sure. You can't lose.
I know art is art. I know art is art. Technology has this, but it's like, art is so hard to, you know, transfer, you know, to just put it out there, people to see your talent, that it's just gonna be too easy. And then people are not gonna believe it. They're gonna be like, "Oh, that's technology." Yeah, sure, whatever.
They're gonna believe it, but like I said, certain people will only realize it when they understand that the music wasn't generated through a human emotion.
Right.
You could tell, and through the human emotion and the human heart and the way we've been through and the way we sacrifice, we've been through relationships, and then we've been through all of this. And this is what some composers and some musicians put into the paper, and that paper that they create becomes the song that they make that's relatable to everybody else.
Right.
A computer can't do that. And it's going to be years before that happens.
But I think that it will. But you know what? Regardless of anything, can AI promote? Can AI reach out?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes. AI will reach out and promote to your fan base.
Will they make the marketing decisions, right decision, a technology, a robot? We'll be able to be like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's make it this way.
No, it's just going to generate the idea for you.
Right.
And you see it, and if you like it, you could send it out. If you don't, you could generate and prompt the AI to do exactly what you want.
Right.
You just have to sit there and tweak it. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell the AI.
Will it help you your professional growth?
Yeah, well, it's going to help you. It will help you. It won't reach your fan base.
Right.
It's going to reach your fan base, and it's going to reach the audience. It's also going to make the audience understand, hey, listen, this is the kind of person I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of song I want. It's going to help you generate that, of course.
I think that, at the end of the day, we just got to stay vigilant and, and thoughtful. Keep still having emotions. I mean, I think that, we have to keep helping each other, working with each other, being the best that we can be, and not stop creating, keep creating.
But this is what I'm telling you.
Because we're going to get lost. I think we're going to get lost in all this,
Well, the AI can help artists focus on creative.
And what's going to happen with the individual vision going forward?
This is what I'm saying. It's going to help the artist focus on the creativity and not on the technology.
Right. I think, at the end of the day, it's interesting, all this talking industry. And we could be here for hours, everyone, but we could be here for hours because there's cons and there's pros.
There's pros and cons of it.
At the end of the day, I always say, I think that we shouldn't just stop creating. We should just keep going forward, creating, being the best that we can be.
Exactly.
And do what you love. Do what you love. And if you like to write, keep writing.
Mm-hmm.
If you like to sing, keep singing, and never give up, and try the best that you can.
Yes.
And I hope that this whole technology world and that we're going into is just it might facilitate it, but it might,
well, you're gonna
turn it into something else. But we could all tell.
Yeah, well, like I said, as us humans and as and artists, we always adapt to the technology. Right. And we always overcome, because at the end of the day, no matter what you do about the technology, like I said, it started with 8 tracks and now we here with AI. The technology will upgrade, but the artist's heart and soul will always remain the same.
And at the end of the day, as we're going to end this podcast, very interesting podcast. If anybody could comment and, let us know what you think. At the end of the day, let's just not lose our touch, our feelings, our human nature. Mm-hmm. So let's just, keep supporting, keep just creating, basically, So thank you so much, Mike, aka also known as Bronxpapito.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. It's a great show, great topic.
No, definitely, and thank you so much for sitting down with me. And I'm looking forward to having you back in the show. There's plenty of topics that we have to discuss, and we are, at the end of the day, music lovers. We're passionate about it.
Of course.
I mean, it touches us. It helps us go through many things in our lives.
Like I said, it's our cure.
It's our cure. Yeah, I agree with you. So, but thank you so much.
Definitely, anytime you want me.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, guys. I hope that everything goes well with you. I'll see you next time here on the Real Talk Real Music on the LDM Radio. All right. Okay, take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Now let's listen to some great music, and remember to come back next week for some more Real Talk Real Music on the #1 radio station in New York, the LDM radio station.